Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Offices Are 24/7. My name is Niharika Balia Patnagar, and I am with you with the era of Advanced Business and Financial Management. That is ABFM. So let's talk about it in detail now. Okay, here comes the first question. This is the master class that we are conducting for ABFM today. So let's talk about it in detail. What exactly is to be done in terms of this examination and how we should pursue the first module. Okay, today's class is all about questions related to the area of module A altogether. The basics, I would say, of management or the management process, which is module A. So that will help you to understand the entire topic of the management in terms of ABFM, as it starts with management, right? Management is the first level, then you understand the financial management, and along with that you will be learning about the various advanced levels of management. Okay, the first question says the process of transferring the authority from the top to the lower levels of organization is called delegation, organizational hierarchy, or then comes the authority and responsibility, flow of and then is flow of authority. What is the correct answer in this case? When we talk about transferring of authority from the higher level to the lower level, in this case the higher level is giving the power to the lower level to work according to the entire scenario, right? Okay, so in this case, what would be the correct answer? The correct answer will be delegation. Delegation means to share the power with the lower levels. That means if a superior will share his power with subordinates, it's called delegation. Okay? When the power is shared between S1, S2, S3, that is three different levels, this is called decentralization. This is called decentralization. Next point. The first question says having an integrated and centralized system, greater emphasis on production, concentration on errors and their rectification, and assuming employees continuity irrespective of the organizational changes. These are features of what? Motivation, new classical school. Classical schools are management size. When we talk about the area of having an integrated and centralized system, when we are looking forward to such a system there na, that is integrated and centralized plus greater emphasis on, this was a part of the classical school. In the classical school they used to talk about integration, they used to talk about the area where okay, they were talking about the area of greater emphasis since industrialization had just happened. So they were more focused towards production. Secondly, they were looking forward towards people as just mere machines who were supposed to work for them. So technically, greater emphasis was on production, concentration on errors, and rectification was also there. And employees' continuity, irrespective of organizational changes, was also to be included. So in this case, the correct answer is classical school. Under classical schools, the people included the philosophers who believed, who were strongly related to the industrialization. So they were just looking at industries. They were just looking at productivity, not the individual personalities, not looking at motivation, demotivation, all those things in terms of a person. Free products under this model may be offered at a very low cost to increase the market share and for saturating the market to make everybody talk about the product as a great brand and industry standard. This is basically one of the business models. So which particular model is used here? Blockbuster model, profit multiplier, entrepreneurial, or de facto industry model? Which model are they talking about? Okay, when we talk about, we are giving free products. For example, this is done by Microsoft as well. This is one of the examples. First of all, they offered it at a very low price and then they started increasing the price because right now everybody needs Microsoft. So then once the need arises, you can increase the price. Now, So that is where you become a greater brand. Blockbuster is keeping the patents and everything with you. Profit multiplier is focusing on the profit area. Entrepreneur is based upon the entrepreneur, है ना? While de facto industry model is when you make people used to and then you increase the price over the period of time. So overall, we are offering at a lower cost to increase the market share. Once you have got the market, then it's time to increase. Geo did the same thing, right? So first of all, you make a quality, then you make money out of it. In this case, the correct answer would be de facto industry standard model. Next question. A dash, on the other hand, is a blueprint, layout, design. Okay, this has to be 1 and this has to be 2. Idea used to accomplish the specific goal. Okay, it has to go like this. I hope it's visible now in a better way. Okay, visible now? First is a pattern, an arrangement in terms of a program or a scheme for a definite purpose. Second is basically a blueprint, layout, design of the same. Is it strategy and plan? First one, the first blank is strategy, second blank is plan. Then we have plan and strategy. Then we have vision and mission and mission and vision. In this case, I think what we can see is first is an arrangement. So this is most probably plan. And then when you try to achieve that plan, that is called that is called strategy. Okay, it is actually now since I have changed the places, it has to be B. I have changed the portion because it was written on the other hand. So that is the first one and the second one. So I am just correcting it. Apologies. Corrected everyone. Next question. The next question says demand may be created by spending huge amounts on advertising and creating awareness about the distinct advantage of the advertised products. So basically we are looking forward towards creating a demand by advertising it. For example, Bonvita was nothing. It started advertising itself a lot. So it is related to a corporate strategy, organizational strategy, functional strategy, or none of the above. When we are trying to create huge amounts of demand by advertising, it's a corporate strategy. No, this is not an industry based, neither an organization based. This is what only a specific department will be handling. And that is why that is called the advertising or the selling department. They will be taking care of it. The correct answer is functional strategy. Okay, next question. This type of organizational structure promotes flexibility and initiative. See, if we want to add more, we can add more. Sometimes organizations are looking forward towards growth now. So how can I look forward towards growth, everyone? How can I look forward towards growth? The best way to look forward towards growth is that we introduce more and more brands, right? For example, if I talk about Maggi, what did Maggi do? Maggi was only one particular noodle-based organization. Then it started the area of magic masala. It has also got pastas. It has also got ketchup as other sources as well. So in this case, what are they delivering? They are having functional structure, divisional structure, decentralization or delegation. Now they are developing a divisional structure. That means in terms of Hindustan Unilever Limited, for example, they started Ponds and then they started one more organization, then they started one more organization. So they're adding more and more organizations at the queue now. That is called a divisional structure. Divisional structure means if you want to add something, you want to reduce something, you can do it accordingly. Okay? Next, identify the dimension of the characteristic of the management. It is multidimensional, which specifies the task of management. It is to make the strengths of the human resource effective and their weakness irrelevant towards achieving the organization's objectives. Management at work, just a moment, I think I just created 5 points. Management at work, management of people, management of operations, and management of goals. In this case, what would be the correct answer? It would be, we are looking forward towards human resources now. We're looking at the people who are working with us. So technically, if I talk about the answer there, the answer would be management by management of people. We are trying to manage the people who are working with us. Okay? So this particular characteristics relates to the area of management of people. Then next, combination of functional departments with product or project organization is known as project organization, matrix organization, line and staff organization, and functional organization. Acha, when we talk about functional organization, na, functional means we have advertising department, we have production department, we have sales department, we have finance department. So we have different departments. When you have different departments, it's called functional departments. Now what they do is, for every single project, when we have different projects in the organization now, so what we do is, there are different projects. Project 1, project 2. From every department, we will introduce one person, so that there is a team which takes care of this working, just like this is a kind of pilot company that you can see, where every single member would be doing one particular role. So this is a group which is formed, and multiple groups would be formed like this. They are called matrix organization, right? Matrix organization is a structure which talks about organization is grouped by both product and function. Okay, here comes the next question. Motivating factors, that is company policy and administration, technical supervision, interpersonal relationship with peers. That is motivating. Then we have maintenance factors are what? There are two things in the organization. One is motivating and one is maintenance factors. Motivating are one which will improve my working in the organization. Maintenance is the one which is going to be of the same way. That means that doesn't really change anything in my life. Maintenance is related to the area of a business where we will be talking about, see, if I have better lighting, I won't be motivated, but I'll be relieved ki at least I can work within peace, isn't it? So in this case, first is motivating factors. Motivating means something that motivates me to get something. While if we talk about maintenance factors, these are those factors which relate to the area of the business where it is talking about maintenance is about, that is requirement, necessity. For example, better sanitation. In the organization, there should be proper washrooms and there should be water facilities so people can go to the washroom, and at the same time there should be proper salary, at least, because if they're not paying salary, why should I work for you? I know, one of the basic things. So salary is also a necessity there. Then it is a maintenance factors. Then in the maintenance factors, we also have the area of better lighting. We would want better infrastructure for the organization. These are not something that will motivate me to work in the organization. Array, the organization has awesome building. That will not motivate me. But what will motivate me is better professional opportunities. But think about it. If the organization is having lack of infrastructure, lack of sanitation facilities, lack of lighting, even if they are providing me everything, I'll ultimately say no to them. Why? Because the basics are gone. So maintenance factors, their presence will not motivate me, but their absence will irritate me. That is maintenance factors. Motivating is when you have it or you want it now, you'll do something for it. So it is related to the area of interrelationship with supervisors, interrelationship with subordinates, salary, job security, all those things are a part of it. Or motivating factors are achievement, recognition, advancement opportunities for growth. So what do you think would be a part of it? So this is your 1, then this is your 2, and this is your 3. So according to you, which one is correct? It is actually 2 and 3. That is maintenance factors and motivating factors. Motivating factors are achievement. I will get something out of it. Recognition. I will be recognized in the organization. Advancement. We are making something out of it, no? Then opportunity for growth. There is a scope of growth. Responsibility and work itself. These are things that will pump me up to work. By company policy and administration, technical supervision, interpersonal relationship with peers, interpersonal relationship with supervisors, interpersonal relationship with subordinates, salary, job security, all these things are maintenance factors. I have to maintain them. Na? Their presence will not make me motivated. I won't feel really happy about it. But their absence will start irritating me. What's the policy? I don't know about the organization. Technical supervision is missing. Why is the salary not given to me properly? Where is the job security? All these questions are basics for a person. Their presence will not motivate us, but their absence will be creating an uncertainty. So we'll be looking forward towards not looking at it just because these things are absent. So there's a fine line of difference between motivating and maintenance factors. Next point, Sakshi Pathak is considering the following questions and she approaches a planning period. What industries should we get into or out of? In which businesses should the corporation invest money? Which of the following levels would be appropriate to address the thing that she is facing? So first is corporate level, business level, operational or functional. The person can work at any of these levels now, isn't it? So what would be the answer there? Sakshi Pathak is considering the following questions. She's thinking about what should we do. She is looking forward towards industries. She's talking about corporation of investing money. All those things are not at the organizational level, isn't it? This is at a higher level. This is basically related to the corporate level, because this is not at a business level only. Na? We're just looking at expansion of the business, growth of the business. It is not functional. It is not operational. Functional is department, finance department, this department, that department. So functional level is definitely not there. Na? Next is operational level. This is the basic level of working. Business level is when you are reaching the level of that particular business itself. Corporate is top level management, when they are looking forward towards industrial growth altogether. So that is corporate level. So there are different levels. Operational is when who are working for the organization. That is operational level. Okay, next. The Sohan works as a production manager in Sharks Enterprises Limited. He has been given the task to getting 1000 units of hand woven table mats manufactured at the cost of 150 unit per day per unit within 10 days. In order to acknowledge as an effective manager, he must ensure that the cost of production does not exceed 150 per unit. The work is completed within 10 days, right? And next is okay. In this case, what will be the answer? The cost of production does not exceed 150. Achha, when we talk about this question now, it is based upon efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency and effectiveness. Effective has T inside it. This is target completion. And this has C inside it. This is cost. So if you finish within this particular cost, you are being efficient. If you finish within 10 days, you are being effective. So in this case, whenever we talk about the work is completed within 10 days, this is effective. But you are spending more money is basically not good. That is, you are not being efficient because you are using more money than what was required. right? Done? Okay. In this case, the correct answer is the work is completed within 10 days. We have to finish it off within the period of 10 days itself. Management is equally important to run a political organization as it is to run an economic organization. Management is important in every organization. How can I say that it's not required in every organization? School requires it, college requires it, even temple requires it, church requires it. Everywhere you go, you'll require it. Which feature of management is being reflected in the given statement? It is goal-oriented, multidimensional, or pervasive, or a group activity. When we talk about management, management is something that is what? It is goal-oriented means looking at the goal. Multidimensional means you are looking at people, you are looking at their work, and to finish the work, you have to do some allied operations as well. Now, for example, if we are in the office, the work is related to generation of revenue for the organization. But there are people who are cleaning the organization. There are people who are being support to the organization. They are looking into the repair and maintenance. So they are doing the operations so that work can continue. So that is multi-dimensional. 3D. People, work, operations. All pervasive means required at every level and in every organization. That is C. And D is management is a group activity. The correct answer is it is management is all pervasive. Next is planning cannot foresee everything and thus there may be obstacles to effective planning. Identify the rated limitation of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. Planning does not guarantee success or planning reduces creativity. Planning cannot foresee everything. See, the point is true. You cannot say that since I've seen everything, this is what it is going to happen in terms of planning there. Planning cannot foresee everything. That is true. But this particular thing is related to planning leads to rigidity. No. Foresee anything is related to uncertainty, isn't it? How can I say that that since I've planned everything will go accordingly, right? Things can vary even now. So there is no chance that everything will go as per that particular plan that we would have formed. Right? So planning cannot foresee everything. We cannot see everything that is going to happen in future. And thus there may be obstacles to effective planning. There can be situations where we are not able to achieve that part. We have to identify the limitation that we are talking about. Rigidity is about being rigid in terms of your working. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. Planning does not guarantee success. The point is there are obstacles in future. That means you, even if you look at future, you cannot change it. Sometimes there are so many variable factors which can affect you. So in this case, it does not work in the dynamic environment. Hai na? So when things are changing a lot, you cannot just say that my plan will work out. It can definitely be affected. Planning does not guarantee success. True. And then planning reduces creativity. When we are planning something at that point of time, brainstorming, thinking, decision making, meeting, everything is going on. But after we have started the plan now, we will always tell the person that, sir, cannot change it further. The plan is already made. I am really sorry. So in this case, the problem that would arise is that even if we would want to change a few things, we cannot. Right? So the point that would arise is that planning would reduce creativity. Even if one wants to be creative now, they cannot remain creative. Right? Next point, authority is right to do something, ability to do something, derived from many sources or not visible from organizational chart. When we talk about authority, authority is power. I have the power that has been taken from the organization itself. Organization structure has given me the top level. Nobody else gave me the top level. organization gave me the top level in terms of working, that Niharika ma'am, you will be staying here at this position. So that means I am given the authority or power to command over others. So that particular thing is right to do something which is derived from the organizational structure. Who is higher in the structure and who is lower will depend upon your position, and the position will be filled by the process of staffing. You know? So organization structure will show that this is a vacancy, and the process of staffing will put a person into that situation. Next point. According to a survey, 250 consumer packaged goods companies by reputed firms, 75% brand owners says they are going to spend significantly more on packaging as it's critical for the brand success. Everybody's right now looking at, we want a good our brand to be successful, so we would give a good packaging. That is the crux. So which kind of plan is it? It's a rule, it's a program, strategy, or method. It's not a rule, because in terms of a rule, what will we say? Stop at the red light, otherwise you'll have a challan. You should always wear helmet while working near the machine. Program is one particular day, the detailed plan. It's an instruction based plan. Strategy is how to achieve the objective. Method is something, the methodology of doing a method, that is, I would say strategy is a higher term and method is a lower term. For example, if I decide that I will earn by producing more, that's a strategy. The method of production, that is capital intensive or labor intensive, that is something I will choose. So in this case, it would be that method area. So in this case, what would be the correct answer? The correct answer would be strategy. Okay, next question. Uranus Limited is a company dealing in metal products. They deal with metal products, right? Is a company dealing with metal products. The work is mainly divided into functions, including production, purchase, marketing, accounts, and personnel. Identify the type of organizational structure followed by the organization. Functional structure, relational structure, divisional structure, or none of the above. Okay, the answer is visible. It is functional structure. Why? This is the same thing as I told you. The top level of management will divide the work into all these areas. Sales, advertising, okay, production, then purchase, then finance, then HRM. All these different options are visible when we're looking forward towards organizational structure. Organizational structure will be top, level, bottom, and all those things are there. While in terms of functional structure, we will look at the different departments and we will form it accordingly. Then we have divisional structure. In this case, this is one particular brand name. The organization will also have another brand. They will also have another brand, and there they have these functional structures as well. This is what they call it as divisional structure. For example, Hindustan Unilever Limited, as I told you, it has Ponds, it has Pureit, it has Lakme. So there are 3 brands. Even Dove is also a part of it. So everyone has their own departments of advertising. You will never find that, even I didn't even know that all these things are connected even. You just can't find it out. That is very normal. That is functional structure. Okay. Just a moment. I hope it is visible now. Visible? Okay. So let's talk about the question as well. In the organization, reporting relationship is a function of what? Planning, organizing, staffing, leading, or controlling. In an organization, reporting relationship can be defined as organizing. In an organization, reporting relationships is a function of organizing. Because who will be at the top, who will be at the bottom, what will be their powers, what is their structure, who will be senior, who will be junior. All these things are decided as per the organizational structure. So the answer is organizing. The function of controlling finds out how far dash deviates from the standard. So there is a particular process of management. First is you plan something, then you organize, then you do staffing, then you do directing, and then you do controlling. In terms of controlling, what will you do? We are trying to stick to the plan, na? That is what is controlling all about. We should not deviate from the plan altogether. That is controlling. So the function of controlling finds out how far dash deviates from the standards. So what does it talk about? It talks about the actual performance. Why? See, the point is I decided that this should be my goal. And this is my working. This is my actual performance. And this is what I planned. So we will find where is the difference between the two, and that is where we will rectify it. Right? So in this case, the correct answer will come out to be what? Actual performance, improvement, corrective action, or cost. The correct answer is actual performance. This concept of control management is based on the belief that if you try to control everything, you will end up controlling nothing. Jack of all trades, master of none. When you try to gather a lot of things all together, when you're trying to control a lot of things, obviously nothing can be done properly. So it is way better that you focus on only a few things and then work accordingly. So in that case, you will not be facing any kind of problem there, isn't it? Right? So in this case, the correct answer is critical point control, key result areas, management by exception, or deviations. See, if I try to control everything now, there would be a situation where I'll end up controlling nothing. That's one of the basic things that happen in a business. Why? Because when we are trying to control a lot of things now, things don't really work out. So the point is, what will we try to control? Critical point control is the where we will keep a particular check that after this array everything is going to be very cumbersome. So look at that particular checkpoint, after that we'll see. Then key result areas is the most important things. We will not look at everything, just the key points. If they are fine, it's fine. If they are not fine, it's not fine. Then is management by exception and deviations. See, if the stationary expenses increases, that is fine now. If my stationary expenses are increasing, so we'll note it down. If my stationary expenses are falling, we'll note it down. Management by exception clearly says that whatever happens in the business, whatever is happening, focus on the most important things. Rest everything should not be noted. So management by exception, or MBE, says it's a style of business that focuses on identifying and handling cases that deviate from the norm. That means if my labor cost is increasing. For example, my labor cost is increasing from 2 to 5%. 5% is way too much. So I'm just focusing on labor cost. Stationary expenses are going fine, then leave it. Recommended as best practice as a project management method. This method is general because business applications and business intelligence application. Just look at everything that is deviating. What is in control, don't overanalyze it. That is covered under the area of management by exception. When exactly during the planning process does the most feasible plan becomes the one that can actually be carried out? At the time of developing premises, considering the various potential courses of action, choosing between available options, or establishing objectives. When exactly during the planning process does the most feasible plan? When we are trying to find the most feasible plan, we look at all the different alternatives and then we will choose the best plan. So in this case, the most feasible plan will be carried out. That is, once we have chosen the one, choosing between the available options. In terms of planning, we will have a goal or an objective. Then we will look at the various alternative ways through which we can achieve it. Alternative ways. We will evaluate them. We will choose one among them. And then we have follow-up. We'll see that whether the plans are going good or not. Okay? So in this case, the correct answer would be choosing between the available options. Next question. When we talk about centralization, what does it mean? Centralization can be the preservation of one's right to make decisions, extending into new territories, the division or categorization of different levels, or spread of decision-making power throughout the organization. When we take centralization, centralization means keeping the power at the center. Everything will be decided by us only. Nobody else is going to see it. So it is preservation of one's right to make decisions. I am not giving the decision-making power to anybody else. It's only mine. Extending it to new territories, dividing into different categories, and then spread of decision-making power throughout the organization. In this case, the correct answer that would come up is preservation of one's right to make decisions. The correct answer is A. This analysis would enable an assessment of the number and types of human resources necessary for the performance of various jobs and accomplishment of organizational objectives. Okay, when we talk about assessing, we are looking at this analysis is basically done so that we can actually find out where we are going wrong, where we are going right. We are making an assessment, but about whom? The kind of person we are needing in the organization. So that particular, the number of people we need, how are we going to look forward towards all those people? That is something which would be done. So, but I will need more people if the people who are currently working, they are overloaded, isn't it? So in this case, the real thing is that I should know whether the people who are working with me, are they overloaded with work or not? That is workload analysis. Find whether there is a need of more people in the organization or not. So correct answer is workload analysis. Next question. It is very useful source of recruitment for hiring casual or badli workers. When we are requiring casual workers or badli workers, the casual workers are the people who are not permanent in the organization. They are called when there is a season or there is a temporary requirement. So it is a part of placement agencies and management consultants, direct recruitment, labor contractors, advertising on television. When we look at this area, it is very useful source of recruitment. So it's a very useful recruitment, useful source of recruitment in terms of what? The correct answer is, we'll be just looking forward to, we'll actually put it at the gate only. On the gate itself, and that is also called gate recruitment. We'll put a particular poster and we'll say required casual workers. Required workers for this particular task. So in this case, they are not given jobs. They're just given a work for a day or maybe for a few days. So it is called direct recruitment. Next, which of the following is not a benefit of training and development to an organization? Help to avoid wastage of efforts and money, enhance employee productivity, lead to better career to the individual, or reduce absenteeism and increase employee turnover. Which of the following is not a benefit of training? Training will definitely reduce accidents. Training will definitely increase the productivity of a person. Training will make you a better person. It will give you a better level of understanding of the work and also a good scope of professional growth as well. So in this case, the correct answer would be, it will do what? It would be avoiding wastage of efforts and money. That is true. But this is an effort now. Then, which is not a benefit of training. It enhance the employee productivity. Yes. But this is related to the organization, where it would benefit the organization only. Productivity is related to the person himself. Lead to a better career of the individual. It would be C. The answer I've given here is B, but it's not B, it's C. For an individual, it is lead to a better career of an individual. Career is mine. Productivity is for organization. है ना? Absenteeism is reducing, then it is good for the organization. Productivity is increasing, good for the organization. That is the benefits for the organization. C is for individual. So the correct answer is C, not B. Last question. That's the 25th question. This type of training is provided to the new employee of an organization in order to familiarize them with the organizational rules and policies, their superior and subordinate, and so on. Vestibule training, apprenticeship, internship, or induction. So there are different types of plans there. In this case, the correct answer, type of training which is required for the new employees. When a new person comes to the organization, they go through internship. They go through induction only. Induction is also called orientation. Internship is for a period of 6 months or 7 months, where the particular person learns the work and joins that organization. So in this case, it is induction, or also called orientation. Telling the person what is their work, what should they do, and all that. Now, that is called orientation or induction. Right? So these are the top 25 questions for the day, where we are dealing with the module A. So before I end my session, let's have a quick look at our organization's Mahapacks. See, in terms of CAIIB, currently we are having double validity on our Mahapacks. So if you are looking forward to it, then kindly join it as soon as possible, because in this Mahapack you will get everything. That means you will get the course, you will get the video course, you will also get the previous recordings, English medium batch, bilingual batch, test series, ebooks, everything. Whatever new batches we'll be covering up, all are open up for you. And along with this, marathons, mega marathons, mini marathons, mega marathons, doubt classes, and even a revision paper, or the practice paper will also be available for you. And this is the last day today, so kindly go ahead and join it and use the code PREP80 and get discount of 81% through app. So it would cost you 7367.40. So what are we waiting for? Kindly go ahead and join it. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye, and we'll be meeting tomorrow. Oh, sorry, we're meeting day after tomorrow. I hope you have seen the YT plan yet. If you haven't, then go into our community area and check it out. The YT planner is available for you there. So you can check out whenever my CAIIB ABFM class would be held on. Right? So I'll be meeting you there in my next class. Before that, use the code PREP80 and get 81% discount. Thank you.